everyone. If you were here last year, then you probably recall that the morning announcements had a TV Tuesday segment with recommendations given by you guys for TV shows. This year, we are going to bring that back, and if you guys have any movies or TV show recommendations, then you can submit them via a Google form. Every week, a show/movie will be randomly chosen and featured on the morning announcements. Bye, and see you next time.
Happy when tons of people recommended me this book because it was one of my favorite reads of 2021, so I was super glad I get a chance to recommend it to others, and this is Ace of Spades by Farida. It has a little bit of mystery, it's a little bit of thriller, but mainly it is realistic fiction. Emphasis on the realistic because a little bit of a plot summary. Welcome to Nivea's Private Academy, where money paves the hallways and students are never less than perfect. Until now, because anonymous texter Ace is bringing two students' dark secrets to light. Talented musician Devin buries himself in rehearsals, but can't escape the spotlight when all of his private photos go public. Head girl Jamaica isn't afraid to get what she wants, but soon everyone will know the steps and the price she has had to pay to get that power. Someone is out to get them both, someone who holds all the aces, and they're planning much more than a simple high school game. This book is definitely not a lighthearted read, and it has queer, it has representation, and it's one of the most compelling books I've ever read. And I think one of the greatest things about it is it addresses real issues that students have to face in real life. And honestly, it's just sick. It made my stomach twist into knots, but I feel like it's important as a reader to educate myself on what students actually have to go through in real life. But it really is a great read, so I would highly suggest checking trigger warnings when reading it, but it is one of the greatest books, so yeah, go read it. And next week's genre is historical fiction, so if you know any great historical fiction books, please make sure to send me at this email. Thank you.
Hello, challengers, and welcome back to Trivia Thursday. Last week's question was a bit of a tricky one, but most of you managed to grasp the right answer. The key word was survivors. So last week's question basically asked, if a plane crashed, where would you bury the survivors? And it's common sense that you wouldn't bury survivors because they're alive. So the proper answer would have been, you can't bury the survivors in a plane crash because they're alive. Now, for this week's question, which is really reflective of the weather we've been having recently. What was the coldest temperature ever recorded in New Jersey? For the next 3 weeks, I'll be introducing 3 new special events. And the third new special event will be you guys choosing the question for the show. That's all for this week's Woodrow. Hope you enjoyed today's segment and see you next week.
Wilson, this is Anya Maria with your current events. Our first news story is that Poland, Lithuania, and Latvia are all considering triggering NATO's Article 4 over the crisis unfolding at the borders in Belarus, as thousands of citizens are stuck in freezing conditions, continuing to try to cross into Europe. The Polish Prime Minister told the Polish press agency on Sunday that the 3 nations were in talks on whether to trigger the article, which calls for a consultation when the territorial integrity, political independence, or security of any of the parties is threatened. For some lighthearted news, Sesame Street is getting a new character. Ji Young is a 7-year-old Korean-American character and will be part of the See Us Coming Together, a Sesame Street special. The show will air on Thanksgiving to celebrate the rich diversity of Asian Pacific Islanders community as part of organizing Sesame Street's ongoing racial justice initiative.